Good afternoon, folks. Andrew Schartenberg, your friendly neighborhood mortgage engineer, here with your daily rate report and home buyer tip of the day. Today is Tuesday, January 11th. Getting ready for the big northeast snowstorm here. Hopefully going to not blanket us with snow for tomorrow. Today, rates are pretty much unchanged at 4.75% on conventional loans for 30-year fixed, 0 points, perfect scenario. And for FHA, VA government loans, we're talking 4.50%, again for 0 points, 30-year fixed, perfect scenario loans. So that's what I expected. I didn't think that we were going to have a whole lot of activity early in the week here because there's really no relevant economic data. The stock markets are pretty quiet. The Dow was up a little bit this morning, but really we haven't seen too much of a change in mortgage rates or bond trading at all. So tomorrow we're going to see the 10-year Treasury note auction, which could bring some volatility to the market. If the demand for 10-year Treasury notes by investors is weak, we could see mortgage pricing go up. If it's strong, then we could see it go down. We also have the Federal Reserve Beige Book of Economic Data coming out tomorrow, which shouldn't have too much of an impact, but if it varies greatly, it very well could. Look for later in the week for more volatility. So again, my recommendation to a lot of you folks out there who may be thinking about locking rates because you are going to be purchasing a home and having a closing that will take place in the next 30 to 45 days, I would probably recommend locking if you need to do so this week. Otherwise, you can decide to float your rate and see what happens next week and the week after. Overall, I think we're holding pretty steady, and it's not going to be a big swing one way or the other. So on to the home buyer tip of the day. Today I want to give you the basic overview of what points are. A lot of you folks, especially the first-time home buyers, you probably have heard this term. You're not quite sure what it means. Well, a point is equal to 1% of your loan amount. So if you're purchasing a home for $250,000 and you're putting down $50,000, which is a 20% down payment, your loan amount would be $200,000. So if you paid a point, that would be 1% of the $200,000 or $2,000. And what a point typically buys you, and this is not going to be true everywhere, but as a rule of thumb, if you purchase a point, then your interest rate should be lower by approximately 0.25%. So if you were to purchase 2 points, your interest rate would be lower by 0.5%. Now that relationship does not always hold 100% accurately, but that's pretty much a good rule of thumb to go by. So if you had watched my rate report and tip of the day yesterday, I told you about closing costs. You're looking at that $200,000 house and your closing costs, including lender fees, broker fees, legal fees, and all your escrows came out to $5,000, and you chose to purchase a point on that $200,000 purchase. Now it would be the $5,000 plus the point of $2,000 for a total of $7,000. Now, you can just talk to your mortgage professional, you can do it on your own, you can talk to your real estate agent to see if it makes sense to buy a point or 2 points. And really all you're doing is you're going to look at the difference in the mortgage payment. So what it would be if you didn't purchase the point versus what it would be if you did purchase the point, and look at the savings on a monthly basis, and then you take that point, $2,000, and divide by the monthly savings and see how long it takes you to break even. And if you're going to be in the house longer than the time that it takes you to break even, well, maybe it makes sense to do. There's a lot of financial planning that goes into this, and a good loan officer is going to be able to walk you through this. We're not just here to look pretty and get a commission check at the end of the day. We're here to make sure that you get the right loan and you do what's right for you. So if you ever have questions, you can get me at andrew@otfunding.com. Again, andrew@otfunding.com. That's my email address. Always the best way to get a hold of me. That's all for today, and hopefully I'll be working from the office and not from home tomorrow, and I won't be snowed in. See you all tomorrow.